February's Eating Disorder Awareness Month. This month focuses on spreading awareness about the seriousness and reality of eating disorders, but more importantly, spreading awareness that recovery is possible. So joining us live now, we have two registered dietitians from Branz Nutrition Counseling, Erica Branz and Katie Jackson. So thank you both so much for joining us today.
Yeah,
so I think the biggest thing I want to touch on first is how many people are affected by eating disorders.
Yeah, so we have, there's at least 30 million Americans that are affected each year, and there's really no discrimination on gender, sex, age, race, anything. Anyone can suffer.
And maybe also size, right?
And size, absolutely.
Any size. So one thing that you hear a lot is people will say disordered eating versus eating disorder. And Katie, you're going to break down kind of what the difference of that is for us.
Yeah, so the biggest difference is that eating disorders are diagnosable. So they're life-threatening mental illnesses where disordered eating might look similar to an eating disorder, but the behaviors don't warrant a diagnosis.
Okay.
A lot of people, it's kind of the starting point of developing an eating disorder is that they struggle with disordered eating. So like dieting, fixation on like good and bad or healthy, unhealthy foods, maybe an over-reliance on exercise, things like that.
And that fixation is something that, Erica, you were saying really falls into sometimes maybe how a child is brought up in that household and the importance of motherhood.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. So 75% of mothers between the age of 25 and 45 report some sort of disordered eating, which is the primary age of, parents who have young children. And so when there's a lot of parental discussion about dieting or being unsatisfied about the shape of their body, kids pick up on that and think they too need to start dieting in an effort to control their weight. And so it's really educating parents on how to raise intuitive eaters and take care of their own dieting struggles as well. And as a mom of four, I know it's busy being parents, and so we've developed like 2 online courses to help parents kind of navigate their own dieting struggles. It's called Diet Culture Dropout, and then we have a Raising Intuitive Eaters online program as well for parents.
So that's a great tool, a great resource. And what I love about that is when you really stress recovery is possible, right? Having this conversation is the first step. What else would your advice be? We have these dropout courses, but maybe if you're a parent and you're seeing these tendencies, you're seeing your child pick up on some of this.
Yeah, I think it's definitely reaching out to either your pediatrician to kind of, make sure that everything is in check in terms of growth. And if there is a decline in growth, specifically around weight, then seeking professional help, whether it be from a registered dietitian that is trained in eating disorders or a therapist as well.
Of course. Well, take a look at your screen here for further information. Branz Nutrition Counseling, of course, a resource to call. You can find their social media, their website, and you could use that code FOODFREEDOM to get $50 off to those courses that Erica had mentioned. A very, very important awareness that we're raising this month. So thank you both so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
And have